Hopefully we get some people in. Never done this before. Hopefully goes okay. Guess we'll find out if any of you come in. I'll just wait a little bit here and see what we got coming. No one coming in yet. There's a couple people I said I was going to have a live. Hey, focus. Hey, Sane, what's going on here? Thanks for showing up, guys. Hey, now you can put a face to the name, huh? Although I guess you did see me already, right? Seems weird just kind of talking to something and I'm not getting a response back, sound-wise. How's it going? How's your day been, all of you guys? I know I've been on some live chats with some other people earlier, with Focus at least. Anybody else? Myself, today I had to climb underneath a mobile home and fix some, what would you call that? It'd be the dryer vent. It wasn't working right. Whoever put the flooring down and redid like a subfloor never cut a hole for the dryer vent. So I was like, what? So I crawl underneath there, and we've been getting rain, so it was muddy under there. And then there was a few other things I did over there too. They had a big electrical problem that when it would get wet, some electrical would short out the breaker. So figured out what that was, fixed that, and then they had a stove that was having problems. But I told them, I said, you'd have to put so much money into this stove that you might as well just buy another stove. So I told that to the land management, and they'll do that. So yeah. And I went to the gun store and picked up one of my guns I had ordered. So, yeah. It's a 38 Smith & Wesson, I believe. Yeah. It shoots 38 Smith & Wesson regulars, I guess you'd call it. Hey, if you want to see some of my stuff, I've got a couple here. Those are a lot of my shotguns I have. The very top one is, see if I can point right there. As you can see, I'm pretty far away. That is my Vestala 16 gauge. And the one below it, right here, is a 12 gauge. I forget what brand that is. It's North American Firearms or something like that. I can't remember exactly. The next one down is a HJ Sterling. So this one right here. Sorry, this one. It's hard to do this. You guys are used to it, right? And then this is a really nice FW Williams or something like that. And then this is a 10 gauge, the very bottom one that I'm still working on. That one's a little loose. It's fairly beat up. I did some re-bluing on it. The problem is it was case hardened at one point. And so the bluing doesn't take very well on this section here where the trigger is and everything. So that's where most of my double barrels are. I do have my really nice Silverhawk. Here, I'll move you here to right there. So the bottom here is my Silverhawk 10 gauge double barrel. You'll see it on my shorts. The next one up is a 25-35 lever action Winchester Model 94. And then the next one up is a 32-20 made in 1895, I believe, 85, something like that. Winchester Model 92. This one's a Model 92 as well, and that one's a 25-20. And I love lever actions. I have these three here. I have a couple more in my safe yet. I have a 30-30 Rossi, and then I have what's the other one I have in there? Model 99 Savage and 300 Savage. So that was kind of hard to find ammo for. Anyways. And I have a few guns on the, what do you call it here? My table in front of me. Hey, if you got any questions, just go ahead and ask. I'll try to pay attention to that as well as point to stuff. Let me flip the camera here and you can see a couple things I have on the table here. wasn't sure how to arrange it. There we go. Got a couple things there. Hard to fit this all in my room. Hey King, the King Landino. Thanks for stopping by. Give it a like, subscribe. Howdy. Let's see if there was any other newcomers in here. Let me scroll up and see. Looks like we got, yeah, I think that's the only new one right now. Thanks for showing up. If you're not subscribed, go right ahead, please. Elk meat or deer meat? Good question. I have had both. The last one I had was deer meat. It was back east a few years back. A friend of mine was getting married in Ohio to a girl over there, and he was from Cali. And he, when he was getting married, he needed people to, what do you call it? I guess housing people while they're waiting for his wedding. So I was at someone else's place and stayed there for a couple evenings. And they had deer. That was the last time I had deer. That was back in 2023. I think it was whitetail. And then elk. Oh, I haven't had elk in forever. It's a lot. To me, it's more gamey than deer. But that's. I'm not sure which one I like better because I had deer last. I would say deer then. What do we got, King? What question you got? Go ahead and ask away. What we got? For semi-automatics, do you need a license? No. Thankfully, every state in the U.S., you do not need a license to run a semi-automatic. Obviously, you would have to have a special license if you had a full auto. Definitely. You got to do a lot of paperwork and who knows all what else. Let's see. What was your question again, Indino? Hey, Warrior. Thanks for coming by. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't. Double tap that screen. Rabbit or squirrel meat? I have had both. I've had more rabbit than squirrel. I used to butcher my own rabbits and raise my own. And then I'd sell some of the meat to a couple people. Last time I had squirrel was in a soup, and that was actually the only time I had it. And it was good. Rabbit was good too, and that's been a long time as well. So I don't know. That is a good question. I would tend to say rabbit. Be my guess. A saying, yes, this is my first stream, to answer your question. Just starting out, it was just tonight that finally said that I'm eligible to do my live, so yeah, just been waiting for it. So any other questions? Fire away. Hopefully it's coming through okay. If it's not and it froze, let me know. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and reverse the camera again. There we go. Hey, now you can see me again. What scope brand do I prefer? I growing up, my dad had like a Bushnell, something of the sort, and it was great. It was on his 22, and I think on his 270 Savage he had probably a Bushnell too. I prefer Vortex just because it's a pretty good quality for what you get, and it has a no-hassle lifetime warranty. You just send it in, doesn't matter. I mean, as far as I know, even if you get it from a yard sale, they don't need proof of purchase. And the price is pretty cheap. It depends which one you get to, like a Eagle Strike Fire or something like that they're called. They're very expensive. That one on the gun right here, I'll reverse the camera again. The one on the gun right here, that one is a higher end one. It's a Vortex Viper. I got it at the same pawn shop that I got that rifle from. For a quarter of the price probably, and I got the gun itself about half price. King Indiano, what you need? You got some question marks there. Landino? I'm sorry. I'm probably messing all up. That's, I think, what it is. King Landino. How can I help you? You got some question marks there. So, to answer that question about scopes, Vortex is what I prefer. Red dots, I go the same. Do I have any more guns? I do. They are in that safe. King Landino, what is your question? I'll go ahead and answer it. Can you hear me okay? I might have missed it. I'm sorry. Let me scroll up and see. Let's see. You said, answer me question, please. You said hello before that. And then you said, that's my question. I'm sorry. I never got the question in the first place. Do you mind asking that again? And can everybody hear me okay? Type a 1 if you can, a 2 if you can't. Hey, Dusty, what's up? I don't know. What did you do? I have no idea. If you guys can hear me, put a 1. If you can't, put a 2. Thank you. And I'll wait for those answers. Okay. All right, sounds good. I didn't see a 2 yet. I'm hoping I can answer that fellow's questions. I don't think I ever got it. It must have froze up. The King of Landino. I never got his questions. Maybe one of you all got it. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Hey, Frank Jones, welcome. Like and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Colt Navy or Remington 1858? I don't know what Remington 1858. I'm guessing it's a revolver since a Colt Navy is. Colt Navy. Most of those, if I recall, were cap and ball. Not sure about the Remington 1858. So both of them wouldn't be very good, probably, in that respect. Yeah, what is a Colt 1858? Maybe someone wants to refresh my memory on that one. Sorry, Remington 1858. I know what a Colt Navy is, yeah. Let's see, we got 4 people in watching, 7 likes. Appreciate those. Cartridge converting cap and ball revolvers. That is a good question. I have seen the conversion kits where they go from like 45 cap and ball, and then you get the cylinder change. Where you can do black powder, like 45 Colt cartridges. I've never done it. I think it's pretty neat. It depends if you're doing something that is old. I would not convert it. I would probably keep it because you take away the value. But if it's something like, say, a replica, like a Cimarron or a Perea or something like that, there's like 4 or 5 companies that make these ones that are over in. I have a Cimarron 45, but it's a cowboy load like type. But yeah, if it's an old one, I would never touch it. Don't convert it. If you want to convert it, go right ahead. In my opinion, that's up to you. But if you want to convert one, I would say convert a modern replica. FN57 or 45 ACP? 45 ACP. It's a better round for knocking down, but they each have their place. Depends what you're doing. One's heavy knockdown, one's a penetrating. Let's see here. 1858 was the first top strap Remington. Way better than the Colt Navy. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the Colt Navy didn't have a top strap. Peacemakers were popular because they were plentiful versus the Remington being a superior gun in the area too. Okay, thank you. Rip the grip of my Colt Peacemaker cavalry model. What do you mean you ripped it? You don't want to do that. I mean, if that's a real Colt Peacemaker, you don't want to mess that up. That's worth some money. Like $5,000 or more, be my guess. Excuse me. Yeah, I would leave all original on that. Never touch that thing. Actually, I wouldn't even fire the thing if it was mine. That would be a, what do you call it? A safe princess. Oh, it's a reproduction Colt. Okay, well, that's not quite as bad. You had me scared there for a little bit. I was like, no, not a real one. Come on, man, don't do that. Yeah, you would have lost a lot. Yeah, I have a Colt. It's not a Peacemaker. I guess it kind of would be. It's a Colt Cimarron 45. I forget the model of it. I've had it for, probably 4 years. It's got a hair trigger on it. It's probably a 2-pound trigger. Yeah, Micah. Hey, you got enough stuff? We can look at yours. That'd be neat. Let's see. Dusty says I missed the Ruger Super Single 6 I had. Thing was viciously well done. Yeah, I do hear those Ruger Super 6, newer used, are very expensive. You do pay for what you get. I'd say it's a little overpriced for what you get. But I don't know if you knew or not, but when Heritage Rough Rider came out with their 22s that are actually pretty good. I have one with the interchangeable cylinder where you can do the 22 mag or the 22 long rifle. When that came out, all Ruger had was a that Ruger Super Single 6. And that was a huge price difference because you can get a Rough Rider without the cylinder change for what, 120, 100 during Christmas? Well, then the Super 6 is like $600. So then Ruger's like, we got to do something here. So then they made the Ruger Wrangler, which was like, it comes on sale for about $189 to $200 during Christmas time. So if I would probably shoot mine a whole bunch, I would maybe get a Ruger Wrangler, but I really like my Rough Rider. If it falls and gets lost, well, it's not a huge thing. You shot your desk with your gun. Oh boy, with your Super 622. Sorry about that. Let's see here. What else we got? I got a single shot flintlock. Okay. I don't have a flintlock. I have a Kentucky percussion cap. It's probably late 1700s, early 1800s. It was right around, I think that's when they started doing the percussion cap. Does the R&R have a transfer bar? R&R, I'm sorry, what does that stand for? Rough Rider? I believe it does. I can find out shortly. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. It does not have a transfer bar, the Rough Rider. The Rough Rider has actually has a physical safety, believe it or not, which is interesting. Hey, Paul Witt, welcome, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I don't remember if you're subscribed or not, but maybe you want to see some more. I'll go ahead and flip the camera again. Let's see here if anybody else asked any more questions. Kentucky is goated. Yeah, he is. Staccatos are nice, dude. Yeah, I wish I had a staccato too. We'd all wish we had a pit viper or a sand viper as well. But hey, you got a staccato. That's good, Micah. Let's see here. Hey, no worries. Better late than never, as they say, Paul, right? Let me reverse this again. There we go. Maybe the newcomers want to see my face. Yeah, staccatos are expensive. I think the cheaper ones are like 2,500 or a little more, maybe 3.5, something like that. I forget exactly. I prefer my LWRC for the price point of a staccato. What's a LWRC? Do you mind explaining that one, Dusty? I don't remember what that is. Just kind of moving out of the way if you want to see those again. A good AR. Okay, gotcha. I have one AR. It is a oh, what brand is that? It's one that they just stopped making. It's not that real cheap brand, Anderson. It's like a middle of a road. I think I paid like $800 for it, or about that many cheeseburgers, roughly. Boy, I forget what brand that is. Delton. There we go. It's a Delton. It kind of looks like a M4-ish a little bit. I think that's what the M4 Colt is. But yeah, there you go, Dusty. That's it. A Delton. Yep. Right on. Yeah, they quit making Delton a couple months back, maybe 2 years. I don't know, something like that. Within 2 years or a year. I really like it. It's the only one I got. I got the one with the, like, I guess you'd call it like that tan color stuff for the. I'm drawing a blank on the names of these. For the furniture, it's got Magpul on it. It came with Magpul actually. Let's see here if someone asks any more questions. Yeah, but it's a paperweight now. Oh, bug us, not good. Miss Anderson, it was in Hebron. Okay. I have a Delton AR-10. Nice, which is a 308, if I recall, right? I don't have any semi-automatic 308s. I got a bolt action, which I might sell. I've never used it other than off and on target practice. Thought maybe I'd use it for my hunt coming up in November. But I'll probably use my 270 Remington 700 Woodstock. It's from the early 60s, or no, late 60s, early 70s. And then let's see here. I have a 30-06. It looks almost identical. I thought about bringing that, but that doesn't have the scope on it right now. It's on the 270. And then I'll probably bring my 30-30 Rossi. Because where I live in Arizona, there's brush that's tall enough that a 270 would kind of be too much. And a lever action 30-30 would be better, I think. Let's see here if anybody else asked any more questions. Do I prefer Royal or L&C Smith in Corona typewriters? I don't know. I've used L&C Smith years and years ago. I don't remember if I've ever used Royal. We would find them at yard sales and thrift stores and play around with them and have fun. It was kind of cool when we were younger. Let's see here. Hebron, Kentucky is like 15 minutes. Yeah, boy. That's sad. Hey, at least a good company bought them. Ruger. It wasn't some like Chinese company. Let's see here. Bolt actions. I got quite a bit of bolt actions. I have 308, 270, 30-06, 338 Lapua, 22. That was my first gun I ever bought. A Savage Mark II. 22. What else do I have? Aw, Dusty, don't hate on Ruger. Come on, man. One of the best guns out there. Let's see if there's any more questions here. Oh, the other bolt actions I have is a two military ones. Actually, three. I have a 303 British. I have a, what else do I got? Got the 303 British, Mosin Nagant, and a Mauser. Let's see if there's any more questions here. Sell it. What, a typewriter? Is that what you're asking, Sane? 350 Legend or 7mm-08? I do not know, Micah. I don't have either one of those. I know the 350 Legend people use in areas where there's straight wall cartridge only. Thankfully, Arizona doesn't have that restriction for hunting. So, and I've never shot either of those, so I'm sorry about that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, see you later, Dusty. See you in a bit. Have I heard of the new FN? It's a stricter clip fed with 20 rounds of FN 57. That's the Caltech one, correct? Caltech made one. I forget what model that is. I have heard of it. Um, it's kind of unique because I don't know if it would be California legal because it's over 10 rounds, but at the same time, it's not a removable mag. So would it be California legal or New York legal or the other states that have mag restrictions? No clue. But I have seen it. It sounds like it's pretty good. I have two 5.7s. I have the FN, which here I'll switch this. I'll show it to you. It is this one right there. That one, that tan one. That one is an FN 5.7. And then I have, which I haven't shot yet, a 5.7 PSA Rock. Let's see, I got deers with both 7mm-8, hits the same, but less recoil. Oh, then the 350? Legend? Okay. I heard the 7mm is pretty good. Of course, that's the -08. I've never fired either. I've never even fired a regular 7mm. Let's see, I mean, it's really reliable, apparently lightweight, high magazine capacity. Yes, it is high magazine capacity. It's lightweight. You know how Caltech is. A lot of their stuff is that type of poly material or something. I'm not sure exactly. And they're all lightweight, yeah. Fast reloading. Yeah, with the stripper clip it would. That's an actual modern day stripper clip. I do not like it. One of my pet peeves is when someone says they call magazine clips. Those are not clips. Clips are what a lot of like Mosin Nagants and Mausers and M1 Garand and that thing has, where the bullets slide into something physically and then the whole thing goes in and the stripper clip either flies out when you're done, like the M1 Garand, the ping that we all love, which would love to get one of those one day, or like with the Mosin Nagant, the 303 British too, and some of those. That's a stripper clip as well, where you stick them all and just shove them back in, and the stripper clip you just recycle or it just gets thrown out. Let's see here. Strip capacity. Sorry. Okay. My grandpa has a 22 AA gun that took Ruger mags, but I wonder what he did with it. AA. What does that stand for? Yes, an M1 carbine is a magazine. A Garand, M1 Garand, I guess you call it, is a stripper clip. That I think they call it an H-shaped stripper clip. A anti-air, a 22 anti-air. Why would you have an anti-aircraft 22 unless you're like 22 millimeter? I guess I don't know. That'd be pretty big. But if that took Ruger mags, I don't know if. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Anti-aircraft. It was a crank operated. It was a gimmicky gun. Crank operated. So it was like a 22 caliber, like a rimfire. I know there's a couple companies that make those. I was just talking to a guy at the gun store today, my gun and pawn shop locally here. He's talked about how they had a 22. I think it was Remington or some other brand made one. And yeah, they make a belt feed one currently that people can get. That would take a long time to load all those things though. But yeah, was it 22 rimfire? And any questions about the guns on the counters, let me know. Let's see here. Just trying to think if I got anything else to show at this moment. Let's see, it took 2 mags, one from each side, crank operated and had AA sights. 2 mags, one from each side, so it had 2 barrels then? That'd be kind of cool. What was it? I think it was Demo Ranch had an AR that was two barreled, and I think he ended up selling it with some of his guns that he didn't keep. Double barrel, yeah, that'd be cool. Sorry to cough off and on. It's kind of humid here in Arizona right now. It's our monsoon season. Yeah, you'd think Arizona's dry as a bone, right? But we've been getting rain the last 3-4 days every evening, afternoon, so it kind of gets me tight with my asthma. So yeah, if you got any questions about what's what on the table here, let me know. like and subscribe if you aren't. Looks obviously most of the people talking now are. Let's see. I haven't watched Demo Ranch in a while. What is he up to? Well, he retired, so if you haven't watched him in a while, that's probably why. He quit doing YouTube. I don't know if he still does On the Ranch. I haven't seen any of those either. He used to have two channels. One was Demo on the Ranch, I think, and then the other one was Demolition Ranch, with its guns and stuff. Have I heard of the C9AA gun? 96, sorry. C96, no. What would that be? Would that be like a CZ or some other foreign brand? Yeah, Asane, I know it sucks. A lot of us were like, no, don't do that. It's like, buggers. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anybody other gun tubers quit. Demo was doing it for what? He said like 10, 12 years or more. Let's see. Yes, thing's really cool. Mauser right. 10 C96 put together in World War II. What exactly is that? Sorry, I still don't know. World War One. Sorry. Let's see. Yes, the Mauser C96 10 stripped together. Oh, so it's like a hodgepodge of parts. Is that what you mean? Oh, strapped together. I haven't heard of it. You need to see that. I should look that up. I don't have anything to write down. That's a dumb thing, right? German handgun that was stripped clip fed. Okay. Look it up. It's exactly what you think it is. Let me see if I got something to write that down. Need to get another drink of water too. The throat's getting dry again. C9610. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Let me see if I can get a paper and a pen. I'll be right back. Alright, I am just getting my tablet and I'll write that down. Let's get my notes up here. Let's see here. Get to my notes. Sorry guys. Coughing. Coughing's gonna get me in a coffin, right? 6 feet under. Alright, you call it a Mauser C96 AA gun. Excuse me. But yet a 10 in the beginning. Put that there. It is very weird, though I don't know how effective it was. Micah said what it is. Armsger24 said he was going to make it if he is going to be popular like Demo Ranch. Let's see. Armsger24 said he was going to make it. Make what? The gun? As in, like, try to copy making something just like that Mauser C96? And Baxel. Don't know what that is. Sane needs to make one out of flintlocks. It's got to go Flintstone style, huh? Impossible. Where would he get all of those C96? Hey, got enough money and look hard enough and long enough, you'll probably find whatever you want. Hey, if there's any people just in the background watching or listening, double tap the screen, please, and subscribe. We'd appreciate that. This is our first live, so if you like what you see in front of you, and then we got some stuff behind us here and beside us, I'll go ahead and move this over there again. By the way, there's a lot of my ammo. So we'll move that right there. Your dog ate your couch. Well, why that happen? Literally. Hey, you know what? We had this dog that, yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's, whew, I got a lot in there. This shelf here is all shotgun. The next one down is all rifles. The next one down is all rifle in 5.7. This whole area here is like 223 and oddball rounds that I have. Over here is all behind these guns in the corner here are 22 and 22 mag, and a couple other oddball handguns. This is some 9, 32 ACP, 25. And then the next one up is 357, 45 Colt, 45 ACP, 10 millimeter, 38 special, and a few 44 mags. The next shelf up has 44 mag, 500, 460s, 454. The very top up here, by my water cup here, those are my primers. And I have a collection of shells up here that are oddball. Yeah, that is a lot of money in ammo. I got a can sitting down here with some ammo. That's some 38 short Colt. And I've got some Colt, 38 Colts in this oddball and 32 Colt stuff. Well, not 32 Colt. I need to get 32 Colt. I have one gun that shoots it, so I only have like 3 rounds I found in a stash. And then this disarray up here, that thing here is 9 millimeter and they're all the way full. And then that case back there's my 460 Smith & Wesson. Let's see if anybody asked any questions real quick. I'll go ahead and move this back to... Hey, if it's too jerky, let me know. Hopefully no one's getting motion sickness. Let's see here. Look under the couch. Oh, boy. Let's see under here. Like and subscribe. Thanks, Micah. Yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe. My dog ate my couch, literally. I say on stash. Okay, looking in between your car seats, you can probably find a few C96s. Maybe a quarter that's mint in 1996 with a C on it. There used to be some in a C. I think it was Colorado. Used to have some that were minted in Colorado, I think. All I find between my car seats is lighters and trapped farts. Yeah, you don't want any of those trapped farts because when you go to open up the the cushions to find whatever, you get it. Dusty, I can probably find $50 in my seats. Hey, Dusty, Micah, where do you live? I wouldn't mind having $50. Massive gun safe. Yeah, you know how much that thing weighs? Take a guess. Someone take a guess how much that thing weighs. Um, 500 pounds, that's the closest. It's not a ton, it's not 800 pounds. Although when it's full, it's over 800, I'll give you that. It's less than 500, but more than 300. When it's empty. If you take the door off, boy, that takes off about 100 pounds. Hey, there you go. Hey, saying, yeah, it's about 450. At least that's what the paperwork said. And it weighs every bit of that when it's empty. My brother and I, when we went to put it in my other house when I first got it, when I lived in Cali, we had to turn corners and stuff. I mean, it was a pain to move that thing around. And then after we got inside, we're like, wait, we can take the door off. So we took the door off and then slid into my room. Does anyone have a spare Walkman? I have a couple Walkman CD players, not tape players. I've got 2. One's from 2001, I think. It's that yellow with the black rubber all over it, and you can drop it like a mile high and it will still play. And then I have a clear Walkman that's a high G-force as well. That doesn't have any rubber on it. It's clearish, smoked clear orangey color with orange accents. That's a CD player as well. But I was in a Walkman tape player. I don't even know what happened to the one I had. Years ago I had one. Probably wore out. My dad still has a tape player that's a whitish color. That's a Walkman G-force with this kind of a metal hinges and an O-ring. which is how my GeForce Yellow Walkman CD player is. Those things are worth a lot of money nowadays, believe it or not, especially the tape players. But yeah, Walkman. Yeah, that brings back old days. My tape player growing up was a Iowa brand, AIWA. Boy, I wore that thing out. Does anyone have a spare Ecotech? Huh, that'd be nice. I do not have any Ecotechs. Currently, I have some off-brand on my 2011 TSIS Night Stalker. It came with the gun. Now, I do have, which I still need to get the plates for them. These two boxes right here are Vortex Vipers, red dots. They were on sale at Optics Planet. I need to get plates for my Canics to put them on. That blue one here is a Canic. That one needs to have a plate that fits the Vortex platform. Your Canic has all sorts of plates that come with them. Doesn't even have those in there for a Vortex. Got everything under the sun but that. So that Canic there is going to get a Vortex on it. And then probably the black one. Maybe they're both black. I can't remember. And then I have another Canic that's not on the table here. It's my TTI Combat. That one's getting one too, but I need to get plates. The plates are like 40-something bucks a piece. But I was able to get the red dots for $124 a piece, which they were normally like 3-something. I don't know if it's a year-end thing they're having or what, but got a good deal on those. Let's see. Micah, don't start with a cassette. Pioneer CD player, okay. Let's see here. A T33 or T30? Isn't that the TT33 or TT30? I'm thinking of, for some reason I thought of the Terminator when you said TT30. I'm not sure why. You know, an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hard question. I forget, what are those? I'm not big on red dots on a pistol, but it's because I'm old and weird. Hey, Dusty, I never had a red dot. Like, growing up, Dad had a .357 Magnum revolver. He didn't have any semi-auto guns. And then he had a .22 rifle. He had never had any semi-automatic pistols, I should say. He'd shoot my friend, or his friends, that was a 9mm. And then he had a .22 that was semi-automatic. And then he had a bolt-action .308 Savage Axis. Anyways, TT33, personally, I need to bring back Ford Model Ts. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? Hey, I heard they're bringing back, was it the Chevy Scottsdale? The full-size pickup? I almost thought I saw someone say you can get them brand new and they look old, like from the 80s. Let's see here. Russian World War II handgun. Oh, that would be... This is a Tuckerov. That was made in the 50s. So that was not quite a World War II Russian handgun. Are you talking about... Oh, what is that one? Or you're saying the TT... One of those are Russian handguns. There's a couple of them I've heard about. Oh, what are those? Mosin. Yeah, I have some Mosins. I got a Mosin Nagant. It's a carbine mine. I have it on my shorts, by the way. Hey, if there's any lurkers, like and subscribe, please. TT33 or a TT... Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, what is that Russian round? I'm trying to remember. I have an FNS, but it's a... Okay, I slap into my lefty IWB. I don't know what an FNS is. Well, I do have the Tuckerov. That's this one here, but that was made in the 50s when that came out. Now, was the round out before that? I'm not sure. That is a CZ52. Made in 54, that one. I believe they started in 52. Striker Fire FN Pre 509. Okay. That sounds nice. The other gun next to it, this thingy here, I haven't shot it much. It's, if I recall, it's made in Spain. It's called a Star. Firestar. It's all steel. It's kind of heavy when it's full. Like, I've never carried it. It's just too heavy to carry it. I've shot it a couple times. I just like the old style metal 9mm and stuff. It's kind of smaller, it's heavy. It's got that patina gunmetal look. Looks really cool. FN has awful customer service. That I do not know. Thankfully, I have had no problems with this FN. I think it had one misfire. No, I don't know if I've ever had anything with that. I probably put probably 1,000 rounds. I've had that for 3 years, I think. And you know, I have a source for 5.7s at 25 cents, 26 cents a round, which is cheap. Thankfully, my gun and pawn, I can get them for pretty cheap. American Eagle brand, a whole box for $24.99. That's 50 of them. Let's see here. Fire stars were slick. Yes. My pawn shop actually has, instead of the Fire Star, which is this one, they have two other ones that are the Star brand. They might be the Megastar. I'm not sure. Micah Bell, AR-15 AK is awful. Hey, each their own, right? Let's see if I can start a poll here. Let's see, I've never did a poll. Let's see here. Or a... Let's see if that works. Did the poll pop up? Wall rod same. Well, rod, I have no idea. Yes. S&W M29 or S&W M29. It's the same thing, dude. Trying to mess with us? Oh, he's rewriting it. Let's see. Hey, Mosin Nagant versus Mauser. People want Mosin Nagant. Okay. I'd say it's easier to find ammo for the Mosin Nagant. 7.62 by 54R, right? I believe so. The Mauser's either take an 8mm, I think they made a 7, and then the first generations, or early on, were kind of an oddball. Mine is a 1939, so technically it's a, what is that? Instead of being an 8, it's a 7.92 or something like that. But if you measure it, it's exactly 8. So it's crazy. Or they're the same, I should say, the modern one. The Mauser an excellent action, but in terms of stock, the Mosin is just as easy to deal with. Correct. All right, let's see. We had a couple. Let's see what he shows here. My bad. Smith & Wesson M27 or Smith & Wesson M29. Is that a handgun? I'm sorry. I'm still learning a lot of these different names for guns, the models, I should say, even though I've been around guns for a long time. Integrally suppressed, well rod chambered is what 9mm, a variant of it. Okay. Let's see. The M1903 is a copy of the Mauser. Okay. My 39 Ishblach is a wonderful gun to shoot. What does it shoot? What size ammo is that? Would it be a Russian round or Polish? Like a 7.93 or something? Which would be like an 8mm. Or is it something else? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Is Havik? Something like that. AMD 65 or AKM. There we go again. Micah, where are you pulling these names from? You're just Googling something and you're like, oh, this or that. Sorry. It just sounds funny. I mean, there's so many. I mean, I know AMD is like a, you know, a computer processing system. Like the graphics. Let's see, 7.62 by 54R. Okay. It was one of the two Mosin arsenals in Russia. Gotcha. AMD is best AK. Is that the brand AMD? My AK is a Kalashnikov. It's one of my more expensive guns. I had to pay, I got it new, It's got like that wood red color. It was about 1,400 cheeseburgers. Yeah. Tula. Yeah, I did hear that Tula made some guns. I have some Tula ammo, some 7.62 by 39, and I think I have one box of Tula. No, it's Wolf of Makarov, 9mm Makarov. Paratrooper AK. That'd be cool with a folding stock, right? AK. Yeah, Mike. You dared to disgrace the AMD like that? Okay. Well, we need more than just 3 people bouncing back and forth here. We got Sane, Dusty, and Micah. Be nice to get more people in. We've got 50 minutes in. That's good. And we only have our 3 polls. 3 people votes on the poll. Maybe one of you all want to message some of the other ones and see if they can at least come over here and drop a like. It's kind of a little hard for me to do that doing a live. That would be great. You variant. Okay. Hey, AR #1 fan. Welcome, bro. Thanks for coming. I can't remember if you're subscribed or not, but go ahead and double tap that. We got a poll going right now. Let's see. Did you? Oh, someone said Mauser. Who's the Mauser? It was just Mosin Nagant, and also someone hopped in. We got 25% Mauser, Mosin Nagant 75. I like both. Now my Mauser is a really, really long one. I think they call it the M95, if I recall. That thing shoots like I don't know what you call it, missile. I don't know. It is right on. I like it a lot. And then the Mosin, yeah, that's the Mosin. That's a Turkish Mauser. Sorry, my Mosin is a carbine, so it's short. Let's see here. If your M44 has a star, it's a Tula. If it's a triangle with a hammer, it's an Izzy. Okay. My Turkish Mauser has the hammer and sickle on it, I think. Or no, it's a star and a sickle. A hammer and sickle is Russian. Let's see here. The Finnish Mosin is miles better than the Soviet ones. That is true. I have heard about that. The Finnish ones are better. I don't know if there was a Swiss variant. I almost thought there was, and some of those were just as good or better too than the Soviet ones. Let's see. The Arms Room 24 just did a poll, and I'm voting. Hold up. Be right back. I wish I could go over there. I guess I could watch it on my other device, my tablet. Let's see here. Odie? What's that all about? Let me see if I can bring up YouTube on my tablet here. Bring up the tubies. It looks like Fall Man's on too. Should hop over there and take a look at him. So, let's see here. Depends on that Finn Mosin. Finns did decent with fit and finish compared to the latter war, but often use pre-pressure test hex receivers. Only pull, not a string. Okay. Zombie apocalypse. Which gun you choose? For a rifle, you're asking that question first. For a rifle, I'd probably take either an AR or an AK, because both of them, there's going to be plenty of ammo sitting around. And honestly, the AK can withstand way more than the AR, even though I probably like an AR better. So just because of functionality and longevity, I'd probably go with an AK, because they can go through anything and still work. ARs, just look at some of the tests that Kentucky Ballistic did with freezing and stuff. The AR didn't make it, the AK did. So that right there is something that. For pistols, I mean, sure, you want to blow a lot of stuff up. Like someone could say, oh, 460 Smith & Wesson or 500 or something of the sort, or 357 Magnum. Ammo's going to be plentiful of 9mm, so I'd probably just say 9mm. Let's see here. Pre-40 Mosins were built far better than 40 plus. Okay, my Mosin Nagant is a 43. Does that count? So it was made during World War II. Now my Mauser is a 38. The poll he did. Okay, what was the poll he did? About what gun you'd use for Apocalypse? Okay, let's see. A minigun and helicopter is perfect, literally. Yeah, there you go. A minigun, that would be cool. run that with some armor piercings or something. Mosins were made way back in 1813? Dude, I did not know that. That is... Shoo! Oh, I forgot. I got another military gun, too, I haven't showed yet. 2 of them. My 303 British. That thing shoots like a TAC, too. My nephews love shooting that, the one. Love that. It has been sporterized. Sorry. But hey, only got it for 175 cheeseburgers. Not bad, huh? Came with a scope, too. The other one I have is an SKS. It's a Naranco. What do you call it? Narinco. I've had that one for 6 months, maybe. Had all the Cosmoline on it still. All the part numbers match, except the stock. It does not, but all the rest of the parts do. The functional parts. I got that for like 420 cheeseburgers on Gunbroker. It's one of those ones that fell through the cracks. Let's see here. 503D versus M134D miniguns. I do not know much about miniguns. I'm sorry. Chambered in 50 cal and the M1. I don't know because I mean, say if you're wanting ammo, 7.62x51 would be the one to go for with a minigun because that's the same as a 308, as long as your barrel's rated for both. So I'd probably go the minigun with the 7.62x51. The M1334D. It was made sub 1899. There is a couple. I knew there was some Mosins that were older than 1899 because I was looking on the antique section of Gunbroker and saw some. I was trying to figure out if I can get one of those just for my collection, for my military collection. Have you heard of the 1911 Saber? It's a Saber, but it has a 1911 handguard. Saber. Saber. I thought I've heard of a Saber. Let's see here.
Okay, but not easy to get. Yeah.
Sorry for the noise. I'm looking at Fall Men right now. Texting him here. Sorry if I'm silent here, texting over there. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's see. Do you know originally the G3 battle rifle had a built-in handgun in the grip in concept versions? Probably like a little, 25 ACP or 32 probably? Yes, you can get a motion mailed to your door if it's older than 1899. I believe some 1899s can.
I'm so sleepy. Get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. Jerome, hi, fat man. I'm staying alive. Come over, please. Jerome, dude, I wanted to. Now, how do I do it? Is there a way? I'll say just do it on yours. What do you mean, kid? Oh.
Sorry, guys, I'm listening to Fall Man here.
Oh. Jerome, dude. God dang it, I'm sorry. Who cares how much a gun costs? As long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. I love that, Zach. I love that, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let me put his volume down here. There we go. Let's see. I did not know that about the gun. That's pretty cool. Yes, it was tiny, but at least a last resort. Yeah. I believe what that probably was for was not for close combat. That was probably for if you didn't want to get captured by the enemy, then you'd unalive yourself. More than likely, that's what that was for. Especially if it was just a 25 ACP. 32, though, was made before that, so it could have been a 32. Three Stooges or Andy Griffin show. Andy Griffin I have not seen in a long time. Three Stooges, so I think we would have saw a lot more. Random gun facts. Yeah, man. Random gun facts. Let's see, what would be a random gun fact? Hey, we went over an hour. That's good. I wish we had more likes though. We only got 9. I messaged Fall Man to see if we can get some people from there over here. Let's see here if I can get anybody over here. Let's see here. You have a really unique one. Okay, go right ahead. What do you got? What's the random story you got about guns? The French Gign had a revolver with a bipod scope and suppressor. A bipod scope. Wouldn't that just be a binoculars? Right? But bipod would mean like a pod, like the legs. You know, a bipod has 2 legs. Maybe you're meaning a revolver with a bipod, with a scope, and with a suppressor. That's probably what you're meaning. Hey, Asane, go ahead. What you got? You said you have a really unique thingy going. What do you got? Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to start another poll. There we go. Start that one here. Without the clipped ejector itself in the M1 Garand, manually ejecting it can wear down the ping if Garand and making it less potent. Interesting. Oh, we got 50-50 on our poll. I would say donuts as well, but I know they're less healthy probably than cookies. Depends on what type of cookie too. If they're double chocolate chip, and freshly baked. Ooh, that's a hard one. That versus donuts. Chee. I don't know if they're freshly baked double chocolate chip. I mean, for donuts. I'm just a normal glazed donut. That's all I need. I don't like all these oddball thingy bobs. Let's see. Tell me you love Boston cream like a regular human. Boston cream, is that the chocolate filled ones or the white filled? I prefer chocolate filled, but I do like the white filled as well. They are good. So I'm not a trader. But yeah, I'm not sure which one I like better. Let's see here. Trying to think if we got anything else going here. Maybe you guys were wondering what that is in the corner. That is a 25 caliber PCP. A B-36 or B-29 Super Bomber. Is that the one? One of those were called the Fortress, right? I think so. Flying Fortress. B-29, B-36. Probably a 29. B-29. Let's see here. Just trying to think here. Hey, Tristan. Thanks for stopping by. Please put a like. I really appreciate you coming. You probably were over at Fallman's. What's up? Hey, Coyote. Thanks for coming. Shh, don't tell. Okay. I won't tell him, even though I have him playing in the background. Shh. Like and subscribe. Hey, I got a poll up right now. Go ahead and do some voting. See what you got. Don't run away yet. Go ahead. Drop it. And I'll switch the camera real quick. Sorry, I need a haircut. I got really wavy curly hair, and my beard too. Anyways, both need trimmed. B-36, the best American bomber I had. It had 4 jet engines and six props. What the world? That would be heavy. Talk about a flying fortress, dude. Man, no joke. It was so heavy it sunk in the runway. No joke. The hair looks majestic. Hey, thankfully, thanks. Yeah, I have really curly, wavy hair. It's like a blondish. It used to be more of a blondish gray, but it almost has a reddish tint to it. And it kind of matches, the trim on my up here on top and the butts of the guns. Uh-oh. Tristan, what'd you write? I didn't get to see it. Let's see. A P-47, best plane ever built, in my opinion. Is that the Mustang? The P-47 Mustang? Can't remember. If it is, I years ago I made a wood toy out of one of those. P-47. I think the P-38 is pretty cool. If I believe that's the one that has like 2 fuselages with people in those fuselage. The Jug P-51 is the Mustang. Okay. I really like the Mustang. That thing's cool, and it's very maneuverable. What is that? A 50 cal or a 308? Something it auto-corrected. Okay, let me switch it real quick. Are you talking about this big boy right here with the Vortex Viper? Is that what you talk about, Tristan? It is not a 50 cal. I don't think Ruger Precision makes 50. Their biggest caliber, I believe, is what I have. That is a 338 Lapua. So like that shell sitting next to it right there, hand-loaded 338, and I got a couple other shells holding some guns up. But the Stuka was sadistic but cool. I'm not sure what that is. I know it's a type of plane, but let's see here. My answer to the poll is diabetes. Yeah, I know, right? True that. Let's see, the F4 Phantom. Cool plane, yeah. That is a cool. Those Phantoms were neat. Okay, Coyote, see you in a bit. Best jet ever? Wasn't the best jet ever. Hey, A-10 Warthog, yeah, better than the Phantom in my opinion. Hey, they've been making the Warthog forever. Problem is the Warthog is, again, they're trying to get rid of it because it's so old. At least that's what I heard. But yeah, the little noise that those things make. Yeah, those are cool. Tristan, what do you got? You said not yet. What do you mean, the diabetes? Yeah, I don't have it yet either. But if I eat too many cookies and donuts, it'll probably end that way, and I'll probably look like a whale. F4 was the A-10's daddy. Okay, that's a nice fact. I did not know that. I have been at a football game I'm playing this year. What you play? What position? I don't know a lot about football. And what type of football? I'm guessing you're meaning American football, not soccer. Since we're American here. Let's see here. Okay, but the Lockheed CL-110 was supposed to shoot F-4 fighters as its weapon. That was its weapon? Oh, online. Tristan, come on, man. That's not playing. If you're playing a game online of football, that's unique. I guess. I'm sorry, I don't mean that as a bad jab or anything. Yeah, the bleep each up. Okay. When do we stop talking about guns? We started talking about cookies, and then it went to airplanes somehow. Because we were talking about different gun facts, strange gun facts. And then airplanes got in there somehow. Because we were starting to talk about ammunition that were in guns, I believe. Hey, saying OG year for Mosin was 1891, 9130 was the improved pressure tested modern Mosin. 3039 is the sweet spot. Okay, so my Mausers are 39, but not my Mosin. Mine's a Winter War Mosin versus Phoenix before Germany invaded, and it was... Okay. Alrighty. Hey, I like the facts. Learn something new every day. So I think before you said anything pre-40, what I guess right here you say 30. 30 and 39 is the sweet spots. Offensive line as a lineman. Okay. Hey, see you, Sane. See you shortly. Let's see here. Trying to think. Let me see here. Hanken Kampfringen. Panzerkampfwagen. Panzerkampfwagen. There we go. The 8th. Or the M4A3E2 76W. Dude, where in the world are you getting that from? That sounds like some ruler. Like King Charles X or whatever, you know? Panzerkampfwagen. The 8th. Okay, boy. I have no idea. M44s are nice, as are Type 53 carbines, but by then they'd cut a lot of corners in terms of manufacturing. Plus, the wartime bores can be between 310 315. 310 315, what do you mean by that? The wingspan of the CL-110 was supposed to be 1,120 feet long? No, dude, no way. No, I think you mean inches. Let's see. Finish motions in Chinese generally aimed closer to 0.3095, 0.310, so they could use 308. Really? Okay. I don't know nothing about planes. I don't know a lot either. The Panzer was a 188-ton tank. Boy, that thing's huge. And the M4 is an up-armed Sherman. I know what a Sherman tank is, yeah, and a Panzer. There's a couple others out there too. Look it up, I swear. Okay. Bore size. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking you meant, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, some of those, like my Mauser, somewhere in between, they changed the bore size to an 8mm. Before that, it was like a 7.9 something. I have a box of it around here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. I just had it out the other day. Here we go. No, that's not it. That's my other stuff. Oh, here it is. Here we go. 7.92. 15 Cartouche SS caliber 7.92. I showed a short in one of my shorts when I was showing my Mauser. Ejecto Aturanio. They're Yugoslavian 8mm Mausers. Anywho, about the only gun with wilder span of bore size as the war was Enfield's at like 0.311 to 0.318. I have an Enfield. It's a 303 British. It's a 45. That's that sporterized one I was talking about. Left or right rifling? Good question. I have no idea, dude. I don't really care which way it rifles, as long as the thing shoots and does its job. Right? And whatever's on the other side gets taken care of. The P-1000 Rete was supposed to be 100 tons with two 363mm warship guns. On a plane? Oh, no, on a tank. Okay, never mind. Is that the tank that was on train tracks and they could hardly move the thing? My Type 53 Chinese M44 copy is also sporterized. Yeah, I mean, I wish my Lee Enfield wasn't. I could probably switch it over and find the stuff for it. The thing showed so well, but I got it for so cheap. It was like 175 cheeseburgers, so I just refinished the stock since someone had stripped and stained it plum with no finish or turned turbo. Blech. Dude, yeah, man. Did you kind of make it look war torn, or was it already like that? Well, no, that was a rail gun. Okay. Well, it makes sense. Duh. I said it was on train tracks, right? Rail. What's your favorite movie? I'm more of like a 80s, 90s, and early 2000 action movies. One of my favorites growing up was Indiana Jones stuff, and like stuff that has to do with archaeology and adventure like that. I don't watch a lot of movies because we got as a believer in Christ, I don't watch a lot of that stuff because it's not good stuff putting into my spiritual eyes and my mindset, so that I'm focused on things that just aren't good. Hey Tristan, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have a blessed night as well. Anyways, back to the movies. Here and there, I'll watch some that are from Angel Studios, that are like a Christian group thing. They had some sale running for a subscription, so I signed up to it. That are like more Christian-like, as well as they'll have like stories from the Bible that they'll do movies on and stuff. But yeah, growing up, I would say action adventure, and I mean, I still would like that stuff. What was that other one? Uncharted. That thing was pretty cool. See, I'm not religious, but what is it like to me religious? Is it like to be religious? Is probably what you meant. I'm not more a religion. I try to have a personal relationship with Christ and try to follow Him and His Word. Um, our salvation is not in religion. Our salvation is in through Jesus Christ alone. Um, anyways, let's see here. Oh, it's still got the war torn, but I removed the turd killer and finished it with 3 coats of linseed. Yeah, I've heard linseed and Danish oil works pretty good on gun stocks. I don't mind sporterizers as much as some as a collector or various things. The whole reason things became extra rare, other than being so to begin with, is how many wore out or were modded. Yeah. I'm done ranting, but the Rete was 4 stories long and 4 stories tall. Hold it, dude. It was like a square box, huh? That's the one that you said it was 1,000 tons and was too heavy to pass over any bridge at the time. Yeah, that makes sense. USS Missouri, USS Iowa. I haven't heard much about the Iowa, if that's actually. I've heard of the Missouri. Um, good questions? I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. Like a 1909 SVBD penny and on circulation condition is worth like $2,500. The penny most were used is intended. Correct. There is also a, was it a 1935 penny? Was it 34, I think it was, that were steel pennies? And then a couple floated through that were 35s? Or was it a 33 was steel? Whatever the steel penny year was, they quit making them, and then a couple slipped through the next year. Those ones that slipped through the next year, it might be 23. Oh, 43. Okay, there we go. There's a certain year that are like, because a couple slipped through that were the new year, but still a steel penny. Those things are worth a lot. I finally found my first steel penny. I was working at a customer's house and it was just in the dirt, believe it or not. Supposedly, you were supposed to turn those in and trade them in. I don't know. I collect a few coins here and there. Did any of you collect coins? Growing up, I did stamps and started collecting coins like from ones Grandpa would give us, like the bicentennial $50, I think it was, and he gave us the $2 bill bicentennial from 1976, which I still have. We used to collect the state quarters growing up. Used to collect stamps. I still collect coins. I have a whole bunch of wheat pennies. I have a couple Indian pennies that are from like Indian head pennies that are from like 1820 or something. I forget. Let's see. I got $1 coins and 50-cent coins. Yeah, I have a few of those. I don't have real silver ones. I think I have a couple real silver dimes. 3 of them, I think. Meanwhile, 1999 experimental quarters are in that range, 2,500, 6,000 range, but they are rare and hard to find. Your average person doesn't know they exist. Which experimental ones? Because I know there was a couple quarters, like the Wisconsin quarter, that had the extra leaves, and then there was a couple more newer ones that had, like the Wisconsin quarter was the extra leaves in the corn cob. Some mints had more corn cob leaves than others. Let's see. You discovered 2 curd varieties, as in like cheese curds. Love those things, dude. Love the squeak. Ain't know none about coins. Okay. Army Marines. I'm gonna have to say probably Marines, Micah. Even though more of my family was in the Army, I had a dad in the Army and a grandpa in the Army, but I had a great grandpa in the Marines that fought in World War II. I'm not for war, as in like me going there myself. But I know there's a place for it. and I really respect those who have gone to war, and especially those in Vietnam. I always thank vets for their service, but yeah, I would go with Marines. My great grandpa was a Marine. He went to Japan in the first wave, I believe it was. So he was on Tarawa, he was on Nagasaki, he was on a couple other those islands out there before they got nuked. Let's see here. 1999, the whole series was printed in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan metallurgy testing, also a few 2000 Massachusetts, but only from Philly. Let me screenshot that. I'm gonna look that up because I have some of those. I got both Marines and Army jackets. Nice. My dad was in the Army. Grandpa was in the Army on my mom's side, and on my mom's side was my great grandpa that was in the Army, and he had relatives that were in the. Oh, sorry, he was in the Marines. Now my dad's dad, my grandpa on that side, my dad's side, he was in the Air Force. He worked on the hydraulics, like the ailerons and all that, the hydraulics for that, and for the landing gear and stuff. Let's see. I got both Marines Army jacket. Okay, I mentioned that one. Be right back. I'm hungry, so I'm getting a pretzel. Hey, can you grab me one too? Just not too much salt, and maybe sprinkle a little bit of that easy cheese on it. Thanks. Let's see. They're insanely difficult to find due to rarity, and 90% of the golden quarters found are metal plated. So looking for a pinwheel is a huge tale. A pinwheel. What do you mean by pinwheel? Sorry for the corn, Spurgene. XD, whatever that is. Oh, I don't mind that one bit. We were talking. I was the one who asked about you guys collect coins. Saying, do you have enough to share with the whole stream? Yeah, right. But yeah, pretzels. They're good. Let me see here. I want to try something here. I'm putting up another poll here. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Pinwheel is the luster on a coin that spins like a clock dial. Oh, plated coins reflect more akin to a mirror. As in like plated gold. Okay. Or silver, I guess. Well, they'd be solid silver now, but... No, get your own. I got Dots pretzels. Very good frozen. Frozen pretzels, dude? Never heard it. I myself prefer soft pretzels, especially if they're freshly baked with light salt. So many of those freshly baked soft ones, they put way too much salt on them. It's like, dude, come on, man. Let's see, saying, give me a few frozen, or else I'm gonna take your roof shingles. Hey, it might be cooler outside. Trust me. Okay, hey, maybe I'll try it. Are those soft pretzels or hard pretzels that you freeze? That way I can know what to do. Yeah, a lot of state quarters were plated in gold as trinkets, which muddy the waters. Yeah, that's true, Dusty. I have some proof silver, just one set. I think it's maybe year 2000 or something. I can't remember. Of a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter. It must not be 2000 because they were in estate quarters. $50 and $1. Those are that are like in a little set. You're a nerd, Mike. Okay, don't touch my roof. Okay. I'm a giant nerd. Yeah, we all are. At times, I'm gonna remove the seals around your windows. Oh boy, what about the doors? Okay, Micah's gonna go do that. He said, "Be right back." I have a gold-plated dollar coin to help people discern the difference, since they were gold-colored to begin with. You talk about the presidential gold dollars. Sorry, my tongue's getting twisted there. I never actually collected those. I might have a couple of them in my collection. I've never collected all of them. You know, the presidential gold-plated dollars. Actually, I don't have any gold. Well, technically I do. I did some gold panning when I was like 20 or something like that, and got a couple teeny little flicks in a bottle. The bottle's super small with water, so it makes it look like the flakes are bigger than they are. Let's see here. Uh-oh. He went away. How about stamps? Any of you ever collect stamps? If so, what types? Was there a certain genre you like to collect? I know I had a certain genre that I like to collect. I believe I still have mine somewhere. Yeah, error coins are worth some money. Like deep stamping, double stamping. I have a couple pennies or something like that that were double stamped on the date, I think it was. I have a couple nickels that have an S on the back up above the pinnacle of the building. And the Cimarron dots taste like cinnamon toast crunch. I don't like toast crunch. I'm sorry, it's just too much for me. Growing up, we would go to a friend's place and they had it for breakfast, and I just like, man, this stuff's too sweet. Saying I'm going to take the springs from your bed. Hey, he might have a memory foam one, so joke's on you, bro. I have a bunch of old used stamps, but they're not worth much. So you don't have that stamp that's a biplane flying upside down. That was worth a ton. There's a few of them out there. I don't have that. My genre of collecting stamps was mostly like animals and stuff like that. Um, they make those sheets that are like a variety of like desert animals. I remember there's one that came out, it was all Southwest animals. It had like a Gila woodpecker, it had like a Gila monster on it, a whitetail probably. I think it had a Gila monster, a roadrunner on it. Um, or they had rainforest ones. They had a variety of stuff like that that I'd collect. I believe I still have them. I told you, saying he's got memory foam. That's a wartime nickel, good value since it's part silver. Okay, so I actually have two or three of those nickels that had the S up above the pinnacle. Now I did find, what was that, a penny with an S on it, but it's in the normal placement, so it was probably minted in San Francisco because there used to be a mint there. Let's see here. If you find one with a crack in it on the back, it should be a henning. A crack on which exactly? That way I can know what you're talking about. Let's see. No, don't have any experimental cordials though. Do you know if someone has a memory foam pillow and you sit on their pillow and fart on it and slowly get up, the fart will be trapped? It probably will. Also, if you Google a 1984p CUB 53 on cuds on coins that an air coin I discovered. Oh, let me take a picture of that. I will look that up. That sounds like offing yourself. Maybe. I mean, that would be pretty bad because your head's right there, and as soon as you put your head in, it puffs it all out. Crack on the back near the Monticello and the die face. It looks like a little weld. Okay. Like it was a die strike problem then, obviously. Seeing your pillow will be fart bombed. Okay. And I'll fill your shoes up with gravel, okay? Let's see here. What time is it, by the way, guys? Let me look that up here real quick. We are 9 o'clock. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. I think they mentioned that if you're at least an hour or longer, that it's good for your, what do you call it? For your channel. Obviously, you want likes. The more likes, the more relevant it'll be. Anyways, let's see. I'm almost midnight in Appalachia. Appalachia. Let's see. That is. You must be like back east somewhere. Like Pennsylvania. My brother's near the Appalachian Mountains. He's over in Fredericksburg, Myerstown, Harrisburg area. I got a brother over there. Eastern Mountains. Yeah, that's what I thought. I got another brother that's over there too. My oldest brother's over there. He's 38, and my youngest brother is 31. Yeah. In Kentucky. Okay. I'm eating your roof struts. Must be a woodpecker or a termite if you're able to do that. Or some other wood-boring beetle. Let's see here. 4 votes. That's all we got. Oh, most people like soft. Good, good, good. Me too. A 41 has an age. I am 35. I thought you said you're older than that, Dusty. I guess not. Another time, but I guess not. That must have been somebody else. I'm 35. My sister is 40. She's in Northern California. She's the oldest. She's 40. She just turned 40 this year. she'll be moving down back to Arizona with her boys and girl and husband. And then my other brother is in California too, where I used to live. I'm born and raised in Arizona, outskirts of Tucson, until I was 20, I think it was. I moved to northwest of Phoenix, a town called Wickenburg. And then from there, moved to California from 2012 to 2017. And then 17, I moved to Honduras for a year and 7 months to Mission, children's home. Did the handyman work there, took people to the airport, ran people to clinics. And then continued residing in California when I got back until this last December. Moved back down to Arizona. It was time to get back to Arizona. Oh, let's see. We got some more dumb stuff happening here. I'm putting push pins in your shoes. Yay. I'm eating your shoes. Yikes. The laces. My hair is gray as well. Hey, Dusty, I'm getting some gray hairs. My first gray hair was in my left eyebrow. And then I have some in my beard. And then one time my mom was cutting my hair. She said, hey, you got some grays up above your ears. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. I'm putting pink dye in your shampoo. Oh, that reminds me. There's this hand cleaner. Not hand cleaner. There's windshield windshield cleaner. You know, the bluish color stuff. That can come and concentrate in this blue dye looking stuff. Put that if you want to prank somebody, but it's kind of mean. If you put that in a soap dispenser, people think it's like Dawn soap. That stuff stains. Yeah. Don't tell anybody I told you that. So, it's the wiper fluid concentrate. A lot of like when I worked in a mechanic shop, we had it, and then we just add water. But put that in a soap dispenser, dude. You are gonna be blue. It stains. As long as no one uses it as mouthwash. Mushroom hunting in, not humping. Yeah, we don't want to do mushroom humping. Mushroom hunting in California. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest has quite a bit of mushrooms. I've never did that. I have some brown hairs left. Okay. Oh, meaning most of it's gray. Like they outnumber the brown now. Ha boob. Let's see. I'm taking your blinker fluid. Well, that's fine. You didn't have any anyways. You really are kinky. Okay, I'm cracking your front windshield. Well, maybe he already has a cracked windshield, so who cares? Now someone say feet 3 times and I'll summon Gecko, like the Gecko from Geico Insurance. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, there he is. Hello there. Would you like to save on your car insurance? 15 minutes could save you hundreds in car insurance. Did that work? I think it came for a little bit. I drove a Model 8. Cool. Hurry, I'm impatient. For what? What do you want? He already came and went. Did you hear him? Oh, a Shelby? Oh, that would be fun. Especially if it was an original Shelby. Yeah. From 63? Yeah, man, that would be cool. Or, yeah, the GT, or a GT, a Ford GT original. Geico Grom Fowls Chat. Nice Geico impression, Dave. Yeah, I like to talk with an accent like times. I really like it. Hey there, mate. How's it going? Or, let's see, I'm pretty good at someone from India. Would you like? Oh, I'm not getting it. I'm trying to remember how I do that. I keep getting mixed up with Oh, Liberty Mutual. That's with the emu, right? I don't know that guy. I'm joking. If I drove a Model 8, I would be lazy to start. Okay. You could put a starter in if you want. Congratulations. Now you know what I drive. Model 8. A rocket? Oh, a Shelby. GT Shelby as in like a Mustang? The Cobra? Which one you got? You got the 350 or the 500? I had a friend who had the 350. GT 350. It was a 2009, I think. And it had he had a supercharge on it. And phew, that thing was fast. The 350, okay. He had Borla exhaust put on it and then a cold air intake and had it retuned, and it was pushing more than the Hellcat at the time. I think it was pushing like 780, and at the time Hellcat was like 707. I sound like my local nickname would be bisexual Cletus, as in like Cletus McFarlane YouTube channel. I watch him off and on. I hope that car you drive is a Tesla. I'm fine with that. Yeah, what's wrong with a Tesla? Of all the electric cars themselves, Tesla to me isn't that bad. Of the pickups, the truck is disgusting. It deserves every joke it gets. Of electrical pickups, I'd say the what is that one? I'm drawing a blank on it right now. They make an SUV and a pickup truck. A Rimac? A Rimac. That's their car. There's a car. What's that? It starts with an R. Anybody remember that? Oh, an LFA. Dude, that would be cool. A Lexus LFA. Yeah, man, that would be cool. My dad LS swapped his 90s GMC pickup. That'd be cool, too. A Rimac Navara. Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool. I'll miss my Challenger. Oh, a Rivian. There we go. Paul, hey, welcome back. Yes, a Rivian. I like their pickups. They actually look like a pickup, right? I like all the storage, accessories they got in them. They have some faults, just like any other vehicle, but the Rivian, it actually looks like a pickup. Hey, Coyote, you're back. Welcome, welcome. Hey, do you see our poll? We got a couple more up there. Looks like we got 6 people that voted. Soft pretzels is hard. Hey, we're going soft pretzels. Oh, there it went up again. Now, hey, soft pretzels going up. Hard pretzels are good for snacking, like driving, right? But if you're sitting down and enjoying a pretzel, soft is better. Yeah, that Navara is retard. It is crazy fast. I remember when the first generation came out, I was watching. I was like, dude, this is just crazy. I forget who bought them though. Was it Rivian and them or together? I think they sold some of the rights to Rivian, or was it to Tesla? I can't remember. I put up a Grateful Dead short of my. Okay, let me screenshot that, and I'll look that up later. Let me go ahead and flip the camera here again. So I don't know how long you want me to go. We've got an hour and 37 minutes for the first one. That's pretty good. 12 likes. I'd love to get more than that, but if you think of anything else for the channel, suggestions, let me know. Obviously, I'll be changing out some of the guns on the table. As in the ones on the wall, they just stay there. Let's see. You've been reloading today, Jerome. Today, I have not done any today. I did some, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. The same day I posted the 25 Stevens Rimfire. I did some that day, and I did a couple 338 Lapua. Let's see here. Have you watched Elf? Yes, I have. Long time ago. Let's see. I have to take a look. Athea is an epic song. I do not know that. Have you watched Elf? Yeah. First Live. Fire First. Live, dude. Fire First Live. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's been going great. And I guess I'm okay on the screen. I don't know. I need some reloading gear. I recently got into reloading myself. Like, I got that press that you've seen in my shorts in my video, my first video I post. I got those on eBay, both of them for $180. I have that one and then a smaller one that you see me resizing my 2520s. And then I got those on, eBay. And then I got a whole bunch of dies from a guy on Marketplace that had a whole bunch of extra that he sold me like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like 7 dies for $40. I was like, dude, wow, are you sure? Because originally they were 60, and I was already going to go over there and get them, and they lowered the price, and I'm like, I'm definitely going to get them. And he's got so many more dies, and he's like, I'll give you tips how to do this, that, and the other. So, what press am I running? I am running well, let me see if there's any other questions. Probably because ammo prices are ass. Yeah, I know, right? Need some reloading gear, change your life. Let's see, what press am I reloading? This one is an RCSB. And then most of my dies are Lee. They're interchangeable with that. My big press here, one of my loads I reload, which is a 338 Lapua. I gotta undo the top bigger piece. Like there's this big old black grommet that sizes it down for all my dies, but the Lapua. Hey, ammo, dude, welcome. Hey, we're talking about ammo, and then you show up. Although you're not the official one. How's it going? Hey, you want to see some of my shotguns I have here? There's a few of them there. We were just talking about reloading. And then my dies are mostly Lee because of what I need. They are cheaper for like the 3220 lever actions or the 2520, the 577 Snyder that I'm going to start using. Use a 24 brass shotgun shell to resize for those. Here, I'll switch the camera here if y'all want to see some of these real quick. Alchemist, I don't know if Paul saw these or not. Yeah, Paul, I finally bit the bullet and did it about reloading. I still have to get like different lead and that type of stuff. And then we got a safe full of guns in there. And then we got most of my lever actions are in there. I have what, 3 more inside the safe, I think. I see a triple droper. What you mean by that? What's the AR? That is not an AR. That is actually a bolt action. And there's all my ammo stash. I have some elsewhere too. There's a whole bunch of guns on the side there too. Guns I'm working on, some double barrel shotguns. I like my double barrel open hammers. That is not an AR back there. That is a 338 Lapua. Ruger Precision. Let's see here, which I started loading. That one next to it, right there, is a hand load. Let's see. I do have an AR. It's in the safe. It's a what do you call it? That would be a 5.56. Yeah, it's a Delton. Oh, I don't have an AR sitting out here, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. My AR is inside my safe. Let's see, trickle dropper. Yes, I just got that. So originally I was using, if you go down here a little bit, I had an off-brand loading weight thing, but it only lasted like 3 months, and thankfully, even though it's past return date, Amazon returned it. So I recently got that Hornady. So I was using that, just hand doing it. But then this thing came up on just about brand new from eBay. I almost said YouTube, I don't know why they don't sell stuff. And I got it for, was it 120 or something like that? It was like pretty cheap. It's a, let's see if I can look real quick. I don't want to touch it, obviously. That is an RCBS. Yeah, RCBS. It's not full of it. It's good. Let's see here. I need one for more exact drops. That does help. I forget what the accuracy is. I see you like your double barrels. Yes, I love my double barrels. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 out, and then there's 2 more leaning against the wall that I've been working on slowly. There's 3 of them I'm working on: a 10 gauge, a 20 gauge, and a 12. And then I got my double barrel. I got 2 10 gauge double barrels, a single gauge 10 gauge, and I have a lever action model 1901 10 gauge. I need some coyotes loads. Yeah, that would be fun. 240. I don't have any 243. What are the L's all about? Eat your Flint. Okay. I've got the Franklin Inteller. I almost got the Franklin, but I was hearing the Franklin had more problems with the computer system. If I looked at the reviews on YouTube and Amazon, and both of them were saying that the Franklin, even though it was about the same price, new, had more issues with the calibration and something's shorting out and all this stuff. I don't know, so I was going off reviews. Let's see if there's anything else here. Let's see the clinker. Let's see, I need that for my musket, home defense. What is? I have one musket. I showed it to you guys on one of my shorts where I'm saying, "Hear ye, hear ye." It's not me saying it, but it's 12:14 right now. I'm going to go. Good night. Good night, Micah. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see if we got any more lives coming up later. Just like the forefathers intended. Yep, I got one of those. Let's see. Same. Good night, Mike. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I only started reloading in January. I started reloading a month and a half ago, 2 months. When I started this powder here, one of my local gun stores closed because of some stuff happening that was allegedly illegal. And so they sold other stuff to my local gun and pawn half off. And so I got like piles of stuff half off. Like that accurate 4100 for like Magnum was 125, but I paid half that. That hybrid 100 was 38.85. I paid half that. My small varmint rounds that I load for my 3220 and my 2520, it also works for 223. I got that half off. Like everything, like primers were half off. So I got primers like everything half off. So it was like really cool. But once it's gone because they don't stock it. The pawn shop doesn't. Reloading for your 300 Win Mag. Is it true the 300 Win Mag's a little hard to load because of that collar on the bottom? I heard something about that. Is that an issue with reloading? I don't know. Let's see. I've been reloading for a little over a year. Well, maybe longer now. Okay. Can I put a historical logo in here? I have no idea. Can I put a historical logo in here? I have no idea how that stuff all works. I'm still figuring all this out because it's my first. Let's see here. I do not know how to do all this stuff yet. Probably not. Never bought a box of 45, 44 mag, 30, 30. Okay, good for you. As in 44 Colt or 45 ACP or 45 Colt? I get a lot of my 44 mag at the flea market, swap meet, and some of my other ammo too, because I can find it there for the same price or cheaper, and they got it. There's this one guy that always, pretty much is always there. I would love to load Win Mag. That stuff is expensive. Yeah, that 338 Lapua right here, I can get it at my gun and pawn for like $3 a round, which is cheap. Because everybody else is like, oh, it's always $5 a round. Well, I can get it for 20 of them for $35, I think it is. So it's like actually cheaper than that. It's like $2 a round or something. It's like right around $2 a round. So it's like, well, can I make one of these for $2 a round? Well, when you add the lead, the powder, you could maybe get that, but then you could, adjust make them hotter or slower. Belted mags are neat. Okay, it can be, but they do make a collet that actually full-size resizes. But haven't had any issues. Good. 45 and 44 mag, okay. Oh boy, kinky and old, huh? Paul, I'm loading 110 grain VMAX in my 300 Win Mag with 76 screens of H30 4350. I run for my Magnums. I'm using that. Let's see if I can get it turned here. This stuff right here, it's Alient Powder 4000 MR. Is specifically for Magnum rifles. That's what I've been running. It's for 300 Win Mags, and so I figured it'll work fine for 338 Lapua, even though it's a little more powerful. Wow, 12 cents or 13 cents. Hey, Ammo Alchemist, can you drop a link or whatever you want to call it? What website did you get your 9mm projectile from? Because I wouldn't mind loading 9mm off and on, and then also your 45 and your 44 at that, because I need a source of that for the actual lead part. Figment of your schizophrenia. Okay, poor guy. But yeah, if you know a good source for the projectile part of the bullet, Alchemist, that would be great if you could put that in here. I would like to screenshot that and look those up, because I'm trying to look for a better source for like 44 Magnum. I have a lever action that shoots those, and I have a die set, a Hornady somewhere, and then I have 45 Colt that I want to reload. So I believe 45 Colt and 45 ACP is the same size of round because I have an interchangeable cylinder for my 45 Colt where I can shoot 45 ACPs out of it. So the barrel's the same size. So yeah, if you know where those projectiles are, if you could drop that in the comments where you get yours. If you don't, that's fine. Let's see. I never said I did. I'm just going against you. Okay, yeah. Let's see. What else you want to talk about? Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Looks like soft pretzels won, guys. Let's see. I have TC Encore pistol with 15-inch barrel. My 44 mag is a lever action model 94 AE. I got it used from Sportsman's Warehouse years ago. Great Lakes AR-10s. I don't even have an AR-10. The only 308 I have is a bolt action Axis Generation 1, I believe. That's a Savage. Let's see here. And I have a 308 barrel for it. Okay. Why you treaters? Sportsman's Warehouse is legit. I got them in California in the used department at Sportsman's Warehouse. Unfortunately, Sportsman's Warehouse, my local one there, the local laws changed for selling used guns at that Sportsman's in that county, and so they had to pull all of them. Like I bought probably 10 guns, used ones from them. 303 British, 308, my 270, my 30-06. No handguns, because their handguns are kind of more pricey. A variety of stuff. And when they pulled it, I'm like, you gotta be joking. Yeah, well, the one down lower, the other Sportsman's is a different county, so they might still have them, which they did. But they're about the same distance, but I just didn't go to that one as often. Both of them are about an hour away. Because I lived up in the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas. But yeah, I was kind of sad when that went kaput. Let's see. I got diabetes. Oh, because you're eating too many donuts? It was at the last one I had pretzels, though. The one before that was donuts and cookies. Let's see here. I'm looking at another Win Mag or a 224 from them. 224. Is that a Valkyrie? 224 Valkyrie? Let's see. As in a 300 Win Mag. The other one is they make a 220 and a 222. The 220 is a Swift, if I recall. And then there was a 222, but those are pretty much the 222s. I think is outdated. The 220, some people still use the Swift. It definitely is Swift too. It's one of the fastest cartridges. I believe it goes close to 4,000 feet per second. It's retardedly fast. Let's see, schizophrenia pills. Okay, the cuckoo pills. Let's see here. I guess what's his name disappeared. Alchemist, because I asked him about the lead and I didn't hear any response. Let's see. One of you others said you started loading about a year ago or a couple months. Was it January? He said, "Where do you get your lead and powder from?" I want to touch a 22-250, but I'm not sure I have a purpose for it besides blinking. 22-250, yeah, that's true. Like, there's so many rounds out there, it's like you just want to get just to have it versus... Like, my 308, I kind of got just to have it, just because ammo is readily available and pretty cheap. But it's like, well, I don't use it much. I'd rather shoot something else, or maybe get a semi-automatic one, like an A10 or a AR-10 or an FAL or something like that, or a G3. Let's see here. Bass Pro Shop, Academy, wherever I can find it locally for a good price. You're saying for the lead, like for reloading, or you're saying for already loaded? Yeah, already loaded. I shop around. Once in a while I get them online, but normally, yeah, my local pawn shop, Gun and Pawn, has ammo. U.S. Pawn doesn't, but the other place does. And then my swap meet has a lot of different ones. Do you have a favorite caliber? That is a good question. Do I have a favorite caliber? For a rifle or a handgun, I'd say for a handgun, that is a hard one because I have so many. But I mean, maybe it's just if you say 9 millimeters, like yeah, that's obvious, or 45, that's obvious. I do like my 5.7s, which is that tan one right here. I have another one in the as my pillow gun. That's a PSA Rock. I haven't even shot it yet. For a pistol, yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say probably like a 9 millimeter. Although I have all these other stuff. For a rifle round, I don't know, dude. I really like my 25-20 lever action Winchester. Let me move it over here. It's a Model 94. So this top one's a Stevens Rimfire 25. This next one's a 25-20 Winchester lever. Love that gun. That one probably has been refinished. This one's original finished. That one's made in 1904. This one's made in 1800 something. That one is an 1895 Winchester lever action 32-20. Love that round too. These two rounds I really like for levers. And this one I haven't shot yet. It's a 25-35. A little bit smaller than a 30-30. But yeah, like for a rifle, it's so hard. For my levers, I'd probably say my 25-20, but it is harder to find those than the 32-20. For my bolt actions, honestly, I really like this 303. This 338 Lapua. But I'd say for my bolt actions, it might be one of my my 270 probably, my Remington 700 270. I really like that thing. And then for semi-autos, I've got an AK, a Kalashnikov, and then I have an AR, and then I have my 22s that are semi-auto. What other semi-auto rifles do I have in there? I don't have that many semi-auto rimfire. Rifles. Most of mine are bolt action. Let's see. Mine is a 450 Bushmaster. Okay. Do you live in the East? Because a lot of the East Coast people have to shoot straight wall jacket, and a 450 would be that. You should do a series on polls on which gun's better, as in like shorts or long format. I could. Let me screenshot that so I can possibly look that up. Let's see, for brass powder primers, my local not pawn shop. Well, they have primers right now until they run out because they're not getting them again. But my local swap meet carries primers. Let's see here. Last time I tried to replace primers, everyone complained my bullets were painted gray, whatever that means. My pistol, it's a 40 for me. Okay. Can you do a poll? What poll you want me to do? Sorry, I'm a little bit behind as I was explaining stuff. He's so old, he just made a paint joke. I got good hand loads for 270. Okay, 3/4 inch group. Sweet, man. My 270, when I'm going to be hunting mid-November, I'm going to be using the Hornady Whitetail at 140 grain. I need to sight it in for that weight. I had it sighted in for 150s, and I was getting like about that big of a group at 100. So what is that, about 1.5 inches with 150s. Those were just core. Sorry, I cut out there for a little bit. Those were just Federal Core Locks 150s. But yeah, I'm going to sight for 140 whitetails because I have a good source of those. On a 270 in 750. What do you mean by that? My 270 is a Remington 700. Either preferred in stream so people can actively vote. Let's see, what poll you want? We only have 5 people watching. My swap meets want to charge 100% over retail, so I don't get them there. You are right. Some stuff. There's this one guy that has guns at the swap meet, and like he wanted a single shot shotgun that was like a New England or a Stevens or a Higgins single shot. He wanted like $300 for it. But a guy like 3 rows down, he had a single shot for 175 or something like that, or 150, and my brother-in-law was around at the time, and he was looking at it, and so I asked him, I said, hey, what's the lowest you go on this? I'll go 130 or 120 or something like that. I'm like, okay, sure, sold. So it was just sweet, easy. It was a 12 gauge single shot. It was a J. Stevens or something like that. My SWAT meet once, okay, yeah. 7570 versus 45 SOCOM. I have not shot either of those. I would like to get a 4570 lever action. A 458 SOCOM, isn't that a bolt action, right? I don't think that's semi-auto. I do not know. I've never shot both. 4570, I'm sure, is cheaper ammo, or at least easier to find. 458, I think I've seen once or twice at my local gun and pawn, and I don't think the swap meet has it, which I'm going to go there tomorrow probably. Hey, speaking of which, would you guys like me to do a video when I'm at the swap meet and post it? I know there's a lot of guys that do that. One's Chief Smokem. I really like his. He does a lot of swap meet videos. My swap meets aren't that big, thankfully, because it's just a little, or sadly, because it's a little town. If I went to Tucson, well, that's a big one. I could go there, I guess. But yeah, would you guys like me to take some videos of our swap meet? It's not very big. They got like maybe 15 tables if it's running good and not too hot or rainy. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I haven't seen any activity. Guess there's only 3 of you. Let's see here. I should look at the poll. Most people wanted Dodges instead of Fords. Okay. To me, when it comes to vehicles, it depends on a couple things. What years they are, and what engines in them, and what transmissions are in them. Certain years, they were great. Certain years, they're garbage. In Ford, Dodge, or GM products. Just how it was. Well, there's only 2 of you on now. Let me close this poll down. It's about time I wind down myself, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and wind this down. We've been going a little over 2 hours. Guys, I really appreciate you coming. We got 13 likes. Hopefully we'll get more on now that people know I'm doing lives. We'll go ahead and switch this back here. Whoops. All right. You guys can hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you do. Looks like there's 3 of you now. If you can't hear me, put a 2. And yeah, if you want certain stuff shown on my shorts, or you want to see, because I'm hoping to do like range stuff here. Maybe tomorrow I'll post some. Let me know. There's this empty lot that I got permission to shoot on. That way I don't have to go to the gun range, and I'll possibly do some of that tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, is it? Are you guys listening to me? Okay. I haven't seen any. There's 3 people watching, but so I'll probably close off for now, and trying to think if I have any words of wisdom that I could say each time at the end. You know, like Arms Room 24 says. But one thing you guys can do is keep looking up, and on your bad days, God's always there for you. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks again for coming, and y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see how often we do these lives. It might be every day, every other day. We'll see, because it does take, just like everybody else, it takes a chunk off of people's life, what they could be doing stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Give it a thumbs up, and till next time. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Have a good one.